All right, let's see if this works. It says I have 200 megabytes per second. This better work. This better work. Like it makes no sense why I pay all this money for internet and I get horrible internet. I mean, it says it's 200 megabytes per second, so I don't know. Well, what's your thoughts on UXIN? All right, all right, all right. Had a large increase and a large decrease. It looks like it, fluctuates between that $86 mark and $1.60, $1.60, $1.70. So that looks typical. The movement looks typical. I don't really know what to think of this large movement over one day, and then seeing this large decrease is understandable, but seeing it level out at a higher level just means that we're probably going to see it have strength somewhere around the 160 mark, which we have seen it have strength around the 160 mark. So you might see that decrease more, get back down to 90, 80 cents, and then end up pushing back up. So it might continue to fluctuate. It might not be a bad swing trade if you're looking to actually get something at these lower tiers. I think it could be pretty good, but I don't know what to really make of this large increase, this larger increase. It definitely didn't hold at $2.32, but you can see that it does have strength between this 80-cent mark and $1.70. So it's interesting as a swing, and I could follow it as a swing. That's not a bad opportunity. It's just you need to find the right opportunity there. Right now, where it stands, it seems pretty high compared to, well, not higher than where it was, but it seems pretty high on the highest side compared to the other two, top points if I'm looking at just chart history. But some of the news may be the reason why you did see that increase. Yeah, some popular things that are happening. SOS is starting to decrease down to $6. Not what I want. Obviously, I want it to increase. ZOM is at $1.35. Not really making that move. It did make a pretty good move yesterday after being down quite a bit. So I know ZOM does got this. We have 67 people in here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Continue to hit that like button because it sucks what I'm going through with the what is this called? Connection. That's my speed test is good. It's over 200 megabytes per second. Didn't really change anything, but all I did was start a new stream. I mean, I speed tested a bunch of times, but who knows what the hell you're going through here. I think it's a YouTube thing, though. I don't know. Thoughts on APHA and Tilray reverse merger? Didn't know they even had that. Create the world's largest global cannabis company. That was in December 2020. December 16, 2020. I don't see that. Reverse merger? Why would they do that when they just merged? What's your latency? I have low latency, not ultra low, just low latency. I mean, I could do something where it's normal, but I just feel like I respond a little bit quicker when you have that low latency versus anything else. So right now it's sitting good. I could have changed the latency, but I didn't. Time to upgrade. What's up? What's up, Jack Harris? What's up, Ghost Soldier? How's everybody doing this morning? A couple of things that are actually moving. SOS was moving at least. Now it's starting to take a turn. What am I doing here? One day, that's what I want to look at. You can see that I did have that large increase over the after hours market. And then in the pre-market, it jumped up even more where it did decrease lower down to 550 where my cost basis is. I think it's 550. Is it 550? I'm not 100% sure. Where is SOS? Oh, I have a share of Snap and 35 shares of ADT that I need to clear up. Didn't even notice that. Yeah, 550. So, yeah, I'm hoping that that pushes up as I see SOS. I don't really know if there was crazy news to why we are seeing this grow a massive amount. Other than the fact that it was a heavily shorted. Was it heavily shorted? I think it was heavily shorted. Yeah, it was. But yeah, what I'm looking for as I look through, 6 months, you can see that it does have that potential to, jump back up to $8. I'm only looking for about $7.50 just to gain about $600 worth of, profit here, which will not be bad at all. Not be bad at all. $600 worth of profit will take me over that $2,000 mark for how much I had, so I'm fine with that. It's gone up $1, and if you look at it by dollar, then yeah, I mean $1 is huge for the amount that it is. I mean, you look at ZOM, and if that goes up $1, that's a huge gain, right? Any dollar that I have that grow, that's $3,000 that I would get in ZOM, and then any dollar that does grow in SOS, it's $300. So whether it goes up $1 or it goes up 50 cents, I still gain a decent amount of money from it. So the fact that it grew 33% is pretty big. Can CCIV get back to the 50s long term? I don't know long term. I don't know their true value long term. I just know where I see them at. I see them getting an easy swing up to $30 or so. Probably a couple of test points in between. I thought it was going to be a little bit quicker, but I mean, possibly. But like I said, not a long-term investor. I'm only short-term. All he talks about is AMC. Um, I don't think I've mentioned AMC once in this video, but yeah, sure, sure I did, sure I do. I haven't seen people say hold the line anymore. Yeah, it's because we're all holding. I mean, there's no need to over communicate it. We're all holding these positions: AMC, GME, costs. I'm holding Rocket, which freaking pisses me off why it doesn't end up making those moves that it should be making. I mean, the value of it should be higher than this, but where it stands now, people just aren't putting their attention in there. Do I use index funds for long term? Yes. Mutual funds as well. A lot of my dividend investing is long term. That's the only thing that I really do for long term investing is the safe things. AMC is the best stock right now, dude. What's up with SOS? It just had a pretty good move of about a dollar or so, and it's a big move for what the stock price is. So it's not really anything to it from what I'm seeing. There's no news that's breaking out because of it, but it just rose 33%. No true reason behind it besides the fact that people want to get behind it. Now there may be to a point to where I believe this is a shorted position, so they may be covering some of their shorts. But yeah, you can see that Rocket has no buying power whatsoever versus a lot of selling power. Doesn't look like it's going to be an eventful day. 106,000 shares are being traded, 32,000 shares, 5,000 shares of costs. Yeah, hopefully we could see a large jump with costs so I can take some of that out of there. The $2,000 that I have in costs, I can take that out of there, see a pretty decent increase, maybe of, a couple dollars, so I can gain a couple $100 out of it. I've only been holding costs for about a week, so gaining a couple $100 is not bad from cost itself. What's going on with SOS? Not much right now. Legend, totally agree. Some people are so dumb they need to hold the line 50 times a day. True. Can you please check out the recent breakout of ON? Well, if it's just a quick breakout, it might be one of those ones that I can't get a lot of data on. So it has had a pretty decent move over a number of days. So you have seen this massive breakout, right? But from down here, when was this, back in November all the way up to today, you see that slow movement. It moves like an ETF, really. If you're looking at this, it's moving like an ETF, nothing but increasing. You do have this this is a little bit of a dip, but it's not even to the point to where it passes a previous low point, if you can count that as a low point, because it's been increasing. The fact that it does move like this makes me think that it's a solid buy. Even at these points to where it seems like it's the highest high it's ever been, it still looks like it could be a solid buy. I would probably, as of late, you have seen a little bit of dips, so I'd probably want to wait for a dip in order to get in. But it does look like something you can hold and let it flow all the way up to $100+ right? Depending what the value of the actual company is, until you see it hit its true high, its true value. But yeah, that literally moves like an ETF. Looks interesting. Looks like it would be a really good long-term hold. Over a year's time, you'll be able to see that growth. Before that, it really didn't move that much that way. You did see a couple of dips, but even here, back in 2016, you can see it moves like an ETF. So it's interesting here. I like this move as something that's more safe than something that's really volatile. But the thing is you're starting to really creep up to like higher highs, the highest highs it's ever been. If I look at Max, yeah, literally at the highest point as of now. I'm not saying that it will come back here, because that's 2003, prices, 2003 valuation. You did see that little bit of a dip back down to about $8, but you're seeing that movement, and it looks really good. Looks really, really good. Finally, the hoodie was a power move. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Now, should we hold the line, brother? Yes, hold the line. Hold the line. Thoughts on a good entry point for Ethereum? For Ethereum, now know that I'm not a crypto expert. I'm just really starting to get into crypto, but my entry point is down here at 1,500. I probably will see it maybe creep down to 1,600 because it's been showing. If I look at, let's say, 3 months, let's look at 6 months. If I look at 6 months, you can see that it has had these ascending lows. So whether these lows are 500 to 1,300 to 1,500, 1,500. I don't know how much it actually was. Let's see, 1,545. I would like it to get down to 1,545, but I would imagine it's probably going to be somewhere around the 1,600 mark. So I would say probably do it for maybe mid 1,600s. I'm going to buy into it, probably 1 share of Ethereum, 1 Ethereum, and then if it does end up decreasing more, I'll buy more. So I just want to hold that for the long term, so that when it gets to that $10,000 mark, that's really good. When it gets to $20,000, it's really good. So I just want to hold on to this until it really does skyrocket. Similar to what Bitcoin is doing, and even Bitcoin, I would like to see an entry point in that. I mean, $50,000 is not bad, especially with the high of 60,000 and the capability of getting to 100K easily. So that will be my entry point, and that's going to be my entry point, as long as I have money that's sitting out there that I can use for. But I want to do. This is the thing. I want all my crypto to be in one spot. So it sucks if I would have to buy it over here. I would like to buy it over in. Even though I don't like Robinhood, buy it in Robinhood because that's where I have my Doge at. I can't buy Doge over here. And then I'll buy Bitcoin over there as well. Some people have warned me not to do that, though, not to buy it in Robinhood. I haven't heard enough about that in order to pull me away. You trade penny stocks. Not really. If you go by definition, by anything less than $5, yes. But when it comes to actual penny stocks, not a lot. There are some times where I can see some potential in the position, buy into it low, and then wait for it to end up, jumping. It's not anything to where I day trade penny stocks, but it has its. If you can do it, it's definitely different than what my normal strategy is. Because my normal strategy is to move $1 and have that, be, times 100 shares, times 200 shares, times 1,000 shares, and make it that simple. But you can make it that simple with penny stocks as well, just by looking at a percentage of $1. So yeah, it just all depends. It depends what the opportunity is, but you may see me do it more and more as we start to get really comfortable with certain things. So I'm not gonna, totally, I don't know. We'll think about it. Don't buy Robinhood, buy BTC and keep in cold storage. PayPal is crypto now too. I have seen that. Buy and hold GameStop stock and Tesla. Yeah, I mean, Tesla, yes. I don't know if I consider GameStop a buy and hold type of thing. I think of it more as a swing trade. Yes, you do buy and hold it, but once it does get to the highest point or where you think your profit target is, you sell because it's not sustainable up there. Yes, it can get back up to that point, but it's not sustainable. Coinbase is good for crypto bonus they have. Don't they have like fees? Pretty bad like fees. Link it to your NFTs, Coinbase. I will send you my link to join. I have Coinbase. Over my crypto. Let's see what the stocks are doing before I go into all this stuff. AMC, I want to see them turn positive. Let's see what SOS doing. It's down to 30%. Down to 30%, making that a little bit of a move down. Let's see if we could see some positivity today there. I don't know how much positivity we're going to see. In total, we could see that ZOM is starting to make a little bit of a move down. And it's not a crazy move. It's just a few cents, but at $1.34, that can be big depending how many shares you have. What stocks am I looking at this morning? Well, first I want to look at my own situation and complete some of my swing trades that I have, and then I'll really get into what I want to trade, because I can't day trade anything right now. I have less than 25,000 in my account because of the fact that ZOM took a dip, and also Rocket dipped down more. So now I have less than 25,000 in my account. But with any increases that we would see, so SOS is at 124. I hope that can get up to maybe $7.50 today, so that I can sell that position. Yeah, and then take that profit, take the extra money, and put that probably into, well, not into Ethereum today. I don't know if it will drop down that far, but then I'll think about putting it into something else. But as of right now, there's a lot of positions that you really don't know where they're going. BlackBerry's up 5%, but you don't really know where they're going. Pre-market doesn't really tell you much. So it can tell you when something gaps up. Like obviously, if something gaps up quite a bit, then yes. But pre-market doesn't really tell you too much. We have 358 people in here, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. Get it up to 150 likes. I like to be half of what the concurrent viewers are. Concurrent viewers. I did upload my oh wait, you know what? I didn't. See? I wanted to do this. There we go. All right, yeah, I did upload my first chapter of going over how to day trade for a living in the Patreon group. That's basically just like a taste of what you would get in the third Patreon group. I'm going to be creating those, and since it does take time, it makes sense to have it on the third Patreon level. It costs money to buy those books, and then also the time to make those videos. So if you want to check out the Discord group, the link is in the chat. I pinned it to the chat. When do we have that vote again? I thought it was May 4th. Yeah, someone said May 3rd, but it's May 4th. Yeah, I don't know if I see much here. Position. Don't see much here. People keep on saying ship. I don't see much with that. So, cost. I'm hoping cost can make a pretty good move so I can get out of that too. Can't hear me? You can't hear me at all? You try turning up your volume? No, you're good. We can hear you. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So yeah, where are we sitting at with the likes? 122. Get to 200. Signed a partnership. You just signed a partnership with a bad company. Well, that's not good. 13 to $14 AMC by the end of the week. I hope you're right. I mean, it's what the way we're seeing it is, I mean, they're being held down, right? You know, AMC, GME are both being held down, you know, by the lack of volume. Still shorting the position as well. It's just we're not seeing the right amount of volume that we should see. Like right now, we should be in the millions, but we're not. AMC or GME is 33,000. Cost is 6,000 shares that were traded, but cost actually has a little bit of a movement today. So, I mean, their average shares, average volume is around 6 million, so it's not really that big of a deal there. Rocket is at 34K, average volume of 23. So I don't really see much or many positions that are making large moves or moves at all, really. Tesla's negative in the pre-market, Riot's negative in the pre-market, Tilray, you know, Fubo TV. I think they were making a little bit of a move and suddenly decreased, which happened yesterday, I believe. They made that a pretty big move and then just suddenly started to decrease and flatten out. Where I was positive for a little bit, where I sit, I have 100 shares of Fubo TV, thinking that they can easily come back to 30, but it's just going to take a little bit. So, SOS short squeeze prediction for this week? No, I don't think that's the case. Did you get in Romeo yesterday? No, I didn't get into it yesterday. I did see it yesterday. It was moving quite a bit. Let's go into recent, not recent IPOs. Where is it? I had it on here. Oh, it's all the way up top. Yeah, I mean, it's starting to fall down. I mean, it increased the whole entire day. Did not see a single minute of, you know, failure in this position. Rose all the way up to $13.64. Did decrease during the day. Are we going to see the same movement today? I don't know. I don't know the full reason to why we did see that large movement. But yeah, the pre-market loser. Is it too late to buy into Romeo Power after 60% surge? Oh yeah, it was after I did know the reason why because I made a video on it. Battery supply. So they basically, you know, made a deal with a truck maker, a battery deal with a truck maker, and that was a big portion of the deal. But then probably more word of mouth than anything, because a simple, you know, battery supply or a battery deal shouldn't make it increase that much, right? But yeah, it's the news starts it off, and then people buy in and they continue to drive that price up. I mean, it looked really good. Nobody sold off until we got to close to where the market was going to close. People just waited for their full swing and then sold off somewhere around here. Now, it wasn't a full sell off, so that's very interesting. And we didn't see that in the after hours market either. But we are seeing a slow sell of this position. Where it is increasing, people are buying into it, and maybe we could see more of the same as of today. But that growth is, way too quick for me to chase it like that. And it just depends. It really depends. You might see me end up making a move into it, but it depends what it's doing when it opens up. But I am following it. I don't know where it is. Is that popular? I don't know why I put it in there. I need to readjust my stuff here. You could see that SJ had a large increase and then did sell off. So that was something that was different, to where once you've seen that increase, a lot of people sold off that position. You continued to see that into the after hours market, so that's understandable. Lower than these lows. Either way, it increased quite a bit from the close to close. But the problem is that after it did open, it ended up closing lower than where it opened, and also closed lower than where the low was for the day, or the beginning of the day. SOS possible $10 plus. Why do you say that? SOS equals Mayday. Not good. Sure. Yeah, still a losing company that will go broke without government handouts in time. Yeah, the problem is with different positions that you see with like things like RMO, SJ, right? You're going to see that increase, and people are going to get in late, seeing that quick rise. They're like, oh, you know what? I'll get in and hold out. But once it goes against you, you need to just get out. And what sucks is, like, if you got in somewhere here and you think you were chasing it and it went against you, you would have gotten out. But it's better than taking that chance of decreasing quite a bit. Now, seeing that large gap up is definitely a sign of bullish territory, right? So it should have continued after that, but it did end up falling off after that gap. So I seen it and I was just like, I'm not gonna play this. RMO though, I seen this somewhere around $11, and I could have played that, but I just didn't know where it was going. I didn't know if it was going to sell off now or then. Like, it just looked like a position that just kept going slowly, but it kept going. And it reminded me of the other positions that slowly kept going, and then all of a sudden you had one of these red candlesticks, boom, all the way down back to where it was supposed to go. So that's what I didn't. You seem frustrated with Rocket. Would you still buy in right now? I would buy in right now if my cost basis was at where it is. This is where like the floor is. $20 is where the floor is. So yes, but I'm very frustrated with Rocket because it should have made its move by now. It made one move and it was heavily shorted, which means that if they covered their shorts, then it should have continued to make that move. You know what I mean? It was still heavily shorted, and I don't know if it still is now. Let me actually check. I know Fintel numbers are not crazy accurate, but it might have been completely adjusted, but they should have covered a lot of it while we also had the volume. But the problem I think we're having with Rocket is the fact that we're not seeing the volume. So let me go to Rocket here. Yeah, with Rocket, we're not really seeing a ton of volume. The average volume is 23 million. We're seeing 36K in the pre-market right now, which means that we're probably not going to see it hit where that average volume is. We do see that it has a number of jumps, but it's not enough. My cost basis is $25.99. knowing that it has the full capability of getting up to 30 as long as we have the volume behind it. We're just not seeing it. So it sucks a little bit. But yeah, let me check. Uh, 2.7 million short volume versus 14.5 million in market volume. 146. The short volume ratio is 19%. 4.8 million short shares available. The short borrow fee rate is now 0.64%. So not really showing great numbers to really skyrocket. But you just need the which I guess that's funny that I use rocket there, but still, it needs a lot more volume in order to increase rapidly. So it sucks because I could have made the move out a number of days ago where it did go to $26, but you know, some of this fear of missing out is really getting to me, and it pisses me off. But you know, we'll see how this all plays out. I think it'll be something good. Right now we're down $1,000, but that money somewhere else probably could have made a lot more than what I'm down. So I don't know. Either way, it's more or less getting back to break even and a little bit above that. So $26 and some odd cents would be pretty good. $27 would be pretty good. But we'll see. SOS equals sell off soon. Good morning. 20K in profits on AMC. Just hold patient, guys. Yeah, I hear you. The thing is, once it gets to unsustainable numbers, so not saying like all of these numbers are unsustainable, $20, $30, $40, that's not where the company is valued at. But if it gets to a point to where you get to something that's a little bit unsustainable, where they're looking like they're going to fight back again, that's where you can actually take a little bit of profits and you know, only use house money, or you know, take all of it out and buy back in lower. Whatever you feel like doing, you can go ahead and do that. But yes, I think holding is probably the best bet. If we all hold and understand that this is all going to pop, going to burst on them soon, we should be good. But still making some investments on the side, looking at Fubo, looking at SOS costs, all of these different positions. So you're right, though. You're right. Also on Viacom, from what I've seen from Viacom, VIAC, I seen them make a move yesterday, right? They made a pretty decent move. Thought it was a little bit better than that. I guess it was up to $45, closed at $44. And right now is up 2%, back up to $45. But we are seeing that little bit of a move, because what I really wanted to see with Viacom was that push back up. Because right now you've seen that large drop, that large dip over a number of days, and it wasn't something where it was showing any levels of support really. And so right where it got to somewhere around here, showing that it does have fight, showing that it's not going to get back down to $39.81, means that anything, you know, at that point of $39.81 or between here and here would probably be an investment point. That low portion of investments to where it would not get back to that point. But I want to see it skyrocket. I want to see that jump up this way and make its move up, show an indication of an uptrend, but I'm not seeing that. That's really where my thoughts are, because I want to see this curl back up to the 200 EMA. And if it does, then it's an indication of an uptrend. And then if we do have that crossover, it's even more of an indication. So that's what I'm looking for. But yeah. Buy crypto on a real crypto exchange like Binance and Coinbase. SOS can't get Robinhood to fill order. RMO is designing and manufacturing lithium battery for electric vehicles. Could be a good long-term hold. It does look pretty interesting the way that they were moving consistently. It wasn't anything where people were buying and selling off. It was where people were buying and holding with the long-term thought in the company. That's huge. When you do see that, that's what you see in the price movement. So what we looked at when we were looking at Romeo Power, you could see that yes, the movement looks crazy. You know, the fact that it does get up to that point, and it is, I think it's relatively new. Yeah, relatively new. Oh, maybe not. I thought it started there, but it started back there. So November, that's where you've seen these large increases. So yeah, it could be something that does steadily increase. It does have that potential to get back to easily $14. Does have that potential to grow some more up to $22. You did see that large push in November, and we could see not that much of an increase very quick, but we might see that steady rise. So it might not be a bad buy. You're right. Let's look at where it is. So yeah, you could see that continue to rise. Some people did take their profits. You see that decreasing a little bit, but you might end up seeing that steady rise there. That's not a bad idea. Watching live from the Masters in this stream, best of both worlds. I didn't even know the Masters was on right now. Is that true? How do I not know this? I haven't watched a single, like, I don't know, minute of golf. I hope he's wrong about AMC though. What? Hope I'm wrong about AMC? Armo is a good swing trade. I want to see a good point to get in. It might be something that does increase quite a bit right off the rip. So I do want to see some positivity there, but you might end up, I don't know if you're necessarily chasing it at this point, since it did have its level out, or more of a consolidation, I guess, where you did see it decrease to a low of $11.51, and you could see it decrease a little bit more than that, and you might see another day to where it does increase quite a bit. So I don't think it hurts to. And what I will end up doing is probably taking some of this money out of here. I got $315 worth of ADT that I don't want. Snap, don't want, which I could actually get into because I've seen some potential with Snap. ZNGA, don't want. Right, so I have all these positions that were free stocks from Webull. So yeah, and obviously I really don't want to hold Rocket anymore. I want that to, get to a point to where it's either break even or just make some money here. And I understand that, it does have potential and the real value is there, but I'm not a long-term holder. It's supposed to be a short-term trade. So Rocket holding up that much capital, I can make so much more in other areas based on that money right there. So we'll see how that does play out. I'll still hold it for a little bit when I make my Masters appearance. You can live stream in between shots. I don't think that's the case. Not that good. I think $11.50 or $11.75, good buy range. Yeah, I would agree with you. It looks like that could be a low, right? And I just want to see it make its move, so then we can end up seeing what the low is today, and hopefully it doesn't continue on this trajectory, because if it continues on this movement, then that means you won't see that low and you'll miss your opportunity to buy in. So that tends to happen. But from what I'm seeing here, you might see a little bit of a dip. So let's say from $9 to $9.50, you might see a little bit of a dip. And yeah, down to under $12 would be pretty good. And I wouldn't say buy the whole boat, because what you want to do is probably buy, a good amount, and then if it does end up decreasing against you, you have enough in order to average down for more of a long-term play, or about a month or so of a play. Oh, streamers taking advantage of noobs trying to smoke hype. Trying to smoke hype them to get a donation. What? Go ahead, ban me. You chode. Wow. You clearly don't have like anything to do in your day. I don't understand why. I mean, eventually I will ban you, but it's not to a point to where I'll do that now. But I just wanted to respond to it because it's ridiculous. First of all, that you have the audacity to, hide behind a screen in order to say all of these stupid things. Yeah, I'm not one of those people that will just come out and ban somebody. I probably will respond to it and then end up doing it, unless you're one of those people that say, whatever killed Ted Cruz or something. Ted Cruz killed JFK. I think they say that a lot. So, yeah, somebody else hit you. But at least I got a chance to respond to that dumb shit that you said. Feed the trolls to Carl, he will eat them. I hope he doesn't eat people. And I don't know what he's doing, but it's pretty funny over there. And you're so calm about it. Yeah. If you had $1,000 to day trade, what would you day trade on today? Well, I want to see the movement with a lot of positions, but if I had an unlimited amount of trades, let me look at something that's popular right now. So if I had an unlimited amount of trades, I would have to do a lot of research on what moves the most in a day, which I haven't been doing because of the fact that I don't have any day trades left, and most of the money is held up in swing trades. But I always try to go for something that has a large amount of movement. So from high to low, I want to see some pretty decent movement on average. And since I didn't do that research, I can't really tell you what's there. But I'm trying to find something maybe in my popular list that would be a good day trade. I mean, that moved quite a bit, but typically I don't think that moves as much. Yeah, so since I didn't do that research, it's very tough for me to give you a suggestion because I feel like you're going to go out and do it. And it's more of an opinion anyways. So I would always look for something that does have a high to low difference of maybe like $5 or $10. Take that and make sure it's an average high to low difference, that it does move, and it's not something that just all goes up or all goes down. I want to see something that moves like this. Let me show you. This is how it's going to look in a day, or this is how you want it to look in a day. So if I'm looking at ride and I look at the movement here, and you could see movement like this in one day, and it's not like you're seeing the price movement. You're not seeing $31 to $12. Let's say it's a price movement of $5 and it moves like this, like it actually has that staggered movement. That's what I'm looking for, to be able to see where that bottom is, basically predict where that is going to go. And if you do invest somewhere around here, it does go against you, then you can end up seeing that potential that it does have. Or you will get stopped out there, and then you can make that day trade on the way up. Because if you falsely predict the low, let's say down here, if you falsely predict this low and it goes against you, then you're going to get stopped out. And then once it does go back up, you can see that growth there. Buy in at one of these points, one of these green candlestick points, right? And then grow that on the way up. But remember, this is how it needs to look in about a day, not looking at this, which is over months. There's some positions that will end up having that increase like that, like a Tesla, like an Amazon. But if you had probably $1,000, I would go with something that's a little bit lower in order to make that movement. So, but it's hard. It is pretty hard to be able to find that. So you have to do your research in order to figure that stuff out. Typically, I'll use Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance will give me the breakdown of the last like 100 days of a certain stock to get the average. All of these, trading platforms don't give me the full breakdown. I wish I can get an export of the price movement. It would be amazing if I can get just a quick export of all of this data to see the high and low of one position. So if I look into one position, I can get the history of that stock price. The only place I can do that is Yahoo Finance. And that's why I would go to that. Some people are saying try Mara or Riot. See what Riot is doing. I had Riot on here somewhere. Somewhere around there it is. Oh, lost it. There it is. That's over a number of days. Yes, it would be great to be able to see that over a swing trade. But if we're looking for a day trade, let's look at the last 5 days. You can see some movement here. So Riot did have some pretty good movement yesterday. It was downhill, but you did see some movement between certain price points. The only thing is that this is, it might be predictable. It has a couple of touch points. So that might have been predictable to actually go in there and make a decent move from 52 up to 54, or even just gain $1. So if you have $1,000 and you're looking to buy into that, it would be great to be able to buy 100 shares, but the problem is you won't be able to buy 100 shares. You'll only be able to buy 20, I think. Not even. I'm lying there. But you'll be able to buy, math, yes, 20. So yeah, if you buy 20 shares and you gain $1, that'll be $20 that you gain. That's not a crazy amount, but it is something. So and there's a number of times where you can go back and forth and gain that and try and find a way to gain $100 in a day. The problem is that this price is a little bit high for just putting $1,000 in. You probably want something that's more on the like $20 or $10 range if you could find something like that that does move quite a bit. Because if it does move $1 and you could see that movement away from the 15 moving average, then yes, you can easily gain that back. So I'm gonna do math for a second. What's SOS doing? Is it moving again? It's up to 33%. It's still hovering between that 30 and 40% that it was at. I'm looking for that to make an increase. We have less than 30 minutes in order to when the stock market opens. Let me play an ad here. I think my speed is still good. All right. CCIV $30 plus this week. Let's see what CCIV is doing. I know it has the capability of pulling up to that point. We did see a pretty good day yesterday. The end of the day actually rose quite a bit. It looks a lot more than what it is. It looks like it rose like $5, but it really only went up about a dollar or two. But still, you could see that large increase, 6%. That's not bad. Let's see, over 6 months, you could see that the potential here is there. from this low point of $20 getting up to $30 easily, I can say that yes, it is there. With this growth that it did have a massive fall off. And I think it showed that it does have strength in some of these areas, up in this $35 mark. But anything above that really doesn't show that it has any strength, right? It doesn't show that it has any strength here. So yes, I think you're right. It could get to $30. I don't know by the end of the week. What is it at now? $24. It's definitely possible. But yeah, I would say it could easily get to $30, $32 or so. Retest some of those areas. Are you still saying get out of ZOM at a little over $2? I'm still looking at ZOM at over $2. I think it's $2.50 is my mark. I really would like to get to that point. But even if it does get to around $2, that's not a bad move. That would be $1,500 worth of a gain for me. But yeah, if it gets to $2.50, then that's basically where my dollar above my cost basis, which is usually where I like to get to, $1. $2.50 is not a tall task. It's not a huge move. Well, I guess it kind of is where it is now at $1.33. It did get up to a point of $1.45 yesterday, but we just need to be able to see that bounce back, which we did see that bounce off of $1.11. It would be great if people got in at $1.11, was able to make that move up to $1.45. But I think we should see another positive day today. Hopefully, we should see another positive day today. I did a video on ZOM, I think yesterday, so definitely check that out if you're interested in it. But I'm not saying that I would get out at $2 exactly, but if it looks like it crosses and is pulling back, then it might be a good decision to do that. I think I'm going to set a stop loss the minute ZOM crosses $2. It's spooking me at this point. Yeah, I understand, and I'll probably do the same, just so that I don't get greedy and basically say, oh, you know what, it is going to come back, and if it does shoot back down to $1 or 80 cents, then I can get in at a lower low and with more shares, with more money that I gained on top of that. So I think it's not a bad decision to see that move up. Once it does cross $2, I think that's a good bet, because that'll be $1,500 gain for me that I can put back into ZOM at a lower point. Now, I do see this as a position long term that can actually make a move, depending on a lot of variables. But yeah, it's a little tough there, a little tough to take in. SOS possible, $10 plus. I did see that. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm not looking for it to go to $10. I know it definitely can, right? Because it's been there before, based on a large jump. Let's go to popular right now. So yeah, it's been there before, right? It's been at $16. It can retest 11 if it really wanted to, but I'm not seeing anything that's showing it could easily get to $10. You're seeing some resistance points, at like $8 or $9, and I'm looking for that to go up to $7.50. Not anything crazy, $7.50. $6.50 still gives me up some sort of a positive move here. Right now, you can see my SOS is up $139. I'm okay with gaining about $600 worth of a gain. I've been holding it for about a week and a half, so that's okay. Any thoughts on coin IPO? Me and Kevin had a video on it today. It looks very interesting. I would have to look into it a lot. When is it supposed to drop? Let's look at IPOs. Is that the ticker symbol coin? Do they know the price point it's supposed to start at for coin? Yeah, I know, but you could still look it up, as long as they have the IPO set. The 14th, direct IPO. Bro, YouTube is pretty much hiding all AMC content from me. I have to go and hunt for the video release. This page has yeah, I mean, it's tough. I know if you join Discord groups, it makes it easier. Whoever your favorite creators are, join the Discord groups, and you know, I always let people know whenever I'm going live. I'm sure Trey does. I'm sure Matt does. So whoever your favorite is, definitely join their Discord, and I believe that they'll let you know. I'm not 100% sure. Coin drops on the 14th, estimated $350 per share. That's going to drop. Looking like a strong candidate to run as well. $3.50 on coin. Hopefully you're saying $3.50 will be a good starting price, but is $3.50 per share, or somebody said $3.50, like $350? I didn't see his video, and I didn't know. Usually I don't keep up with too many IPOs, but that seems like a good one to keep up with. You said they may open higher. Matt, what do you think of IQ as a swing? $3.50. Makes it more obvious that something big is really happening behind the scenes. I think we are only seeing the tip of the iceberg right now. Yeah, I would agree. Coin's numbers are insane. They are making huge profits, huge potential. The split shortly after launch, it's $3.50 from what I read. I could be wrong. Google and YouTube about to buy AMC. Where have you heard that? You were just throwing out things at this point. Let's look at what's happening here. So the only thing I'm seeing as a positive, really a real positive, is SOS. Everything else looks down, and it has grounds for a reversal. I can see that ZOM is now at $1.33, so it's making a little bit of a move down versus what it did yesterday. So we could possibly see that decrease more, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I'm still looking at I want to see where this goes to, see if I can make it. I feel like I'm holding too many positions at this point, but I guess sometimes, I don't know, sometimes over diversification is bad. But I do want to see what they're going to do, just to be able to make any type of move in there and have that slow growth. But I'm not looking to buy the whole boat, really. It did decrease down to $11.79. So that's always interesting. Will it continue on that move, or will you see that steadily increase? It decreased lower than some of the other lows in the previous lows. Wow. I feel like every Wednesday is down. I feel like every day is down. We can say that, Wednesdays are, the down days. Fridays are the down days. Mondays are the down days. It seems like we're saying that about every day. The only day I haven't heard is Thursday. People have not said that Thursdays are usually down days, but I've heard everybody say that, every other day is a down day. I read 343, but the increased earnings release, they will open higher. I feel like every Wednesday. Yep, you said that. What about Romeo Power spiking yesterday? The EV contract was huge for them. Do you think it continues to climb today? I'm definitely seeing with the potential it could. Right now, we're seeing some people selling off. So I'm trying to figure out what's the best bet, because right now, where it was at $7.70 was lower than previous lows back in November before it ended up spiking. And you see this large increase that it could possibly have. People thinking that it's not sustainable at that point. You did see some buying power up in some of these areas, so it shows that it has strength in some of these areas, showing that it can increase to 14, back to 19, can show a lot of power back up to that $39 mark. Showing it didn't really show that it had any type of strength there, but multiple levels, you can see that it did have strength in certain areas. Yeah, somewhere around this $18 mark. $19 mark shows strength. So yeah, I can say that it can definitely continue to rise. But if you are going to invest into it when it does take these little bit of decreases, right? You want to find out where the low actually is. So don't invest the whole boat. If you are going to invest into it, probably pace yourself a little bit. Yes, you may want to invest, everything that you have into it, but you might want to stagger that investment, because you never really know. Dom did get hammered at the start of the day yesterday, but recovered well for the rest of the day. Might do the same today. That's tough. It's tough for you to have the same action in 2 different days. A lot of times you will see probably the same start, but will it fully recover back to back to break even? Probably, but have that increase afterwards, it's not necessarily going to happen the same way. So I'm all for it increasing, and I would love to see that possible. But I always go with like some sort of probability, and it seems like that's not likely. Could happen, but it's not likely. Yeah, we have 13 minutes until the market opens. We got 493 people in here. Make sure you guys hit that like button. I'm glad that the stream is going a lot better. Excellent connection. So saying that might have just jinxed it, but we're okay, hopefully. SOS possibly $10 plus at open. Don't miss out. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's tough to see $10. SOS $10. That's like it doesn't really have any points to where it hit $10. Has no like points up here besides getting up to, even when you get up into this range, like that's $11. It completely skips the $10 mark. Like I don't know where you're getting that from. If it does get up to $10, then congratulations. I will give you a hand there, pat you on the back, because I see it probably getting to somewhere around 8 if it's getting to a max. But like I said, I'm selling at 750 or setting my stop loss at 750. I wish you could easily set that. They said SOS is ready for a squeeze. That's where they're getting it from. Who said that? Are you buying more AMC if it opens up lower than $10? Where is it at now? Right now, my cost basis is $9.50. So if it gets lower than that, then yes. But if not, then no. I'm just going to hold on to what I have. Golf clap. I feel that knowing when to sell is harder than knowing when to buy. Thoughts? Absolutely. Selling is the hardest part of investing because people, the human race, are, we're greedy by nature. We are greedy. So when we see a dollar amount, we're like, okay, what's stopping it from going to, $25 instead of 24? What's stopping it from going from 26? It's like, no, you had your profit target, take it. And even if it does go past there, accept the fact that you had a gain, accept the fact that you got out when other people may have not gotten out. It's the hardest part of investing, 100%. You can get into a position. All of these positions that I held were positive at one point. Rocket was positive up to $600 that it was positive. Did not take it. And now I'm looking to basically say, you know what, I'm pretty much done with this because I've been holding it for so long, and the potential profit is outweighing all of the profit that I could have gained with other positions. So right now, like, I was positive here. I was positive with Zomedica. I was positive with costs, probably to about $300. SOS was just positive up to $270, which I think SOS is going to increase some more. Fubo TV, I was positive there as well, up to I think $200+. So I was positive all of these positions. The difficult part is getting out. You can take half your profit, but that's still not enough. Do you know what I mean? You would take your initial investment and then your profit. If you just take half your profit, it's not saving you anything. So certain situations, if you do feel as it is going to go up a lot higher, like say for an AMC or GME or something that's going to squeeze and a squeeze potential, it makes sense for you to take a lot of your profits out and your initial investment, and then play with house money, and then whatever it goes up, it doesn't matter if you lose it, right? But for the most part, you're not going to be able to do that for a lot of investments. So for Zomedica, something like Zomedica, I'm going to basically set my stop at that $2 mark. So if it comes back, then it will stop me out. And if it goes lower, I'll buy back in and then figure out my profits from there. So you just need to be disciplined. It's very difficult to get out. I think that's the most difficult part, 100%, is getting out of a position. People don't know when they need to get out. They set their profit targets, but then they never adjust it. So yeah, I know that is the toughest part of investing, hands down. In the comments on SOS or Webull. What do we have? We have about 8 minutes until the market opens. So cold. My hand gets so cold. The short volume for SOS is 8%. Short volume yesterday was 1.5 million versus the market volume of 60 or 62 million. 0 short shares available. The short borrow fee rate is not available. So take that with, take it with a grain of salt. Actually, we don't know if those numbers are accurate. It comes from Fintel. Do you have a CCIV prediction? I believe they can make their move back up to, I think, $30+ soon. But some people said by the end of the week. I don't think that's the case. I think you could see that move up to $30 as a swing trade from 24 to 30. So that's about $6 over the next couple of weeks, maybe this week or next week. So that's what I'm seeing with CCIV. I don't really know long-term value of CCIV, but it looks like they have a lot of strength down here at this $20 mark. If you could have gotten in here, you would get a decent gain from $20 up to $31, $30 or so. So basically a $10 gain per share that you own. So what is a trailing stop order? It basically trails your price movement. So if the price goes up to let's say $30 and you want it to, if it loses by 10%, then that high, if it loses by 10%, then you'll get stopped out of that. Dude, space heater, get one. Look, I can't run a space heater because it's too loud here. The mic will pick it up and it will be very loud. And I know a lot of people will get annoyed with that, so I'm not going to do that. I can run my space heater, Well, right now I can actually turn up the heat because my wife's not home. But that is still loud as well because I'm down in the basement and the furnace is literally right there. So CCIV has been dragging down my portfolio all year. How long have you had them? Were you up in like the higher range of like $50 or $60? Did you buy up in that range? Carl is pretty warm. You said use Carl as a glove. Carl is pretty warm. Electric underwear? What the? What's going on here? All right, I'm gonna play this ad real quick. Remember, if you guys are interested, thinking it's too late to get SOS. Yeah, I, I, I don't know. I would say the same. I'm at the $5.50 mark, which I know people are like, "Oh, this is going to increase drastically." I'm only looking for a certain gain, and you'll start to realize as you start to get more into swing trading, more into day trading, and all of that, accepting a profit target that's lower than what the potential is, way lower than what the potential is, just gives you more of an opportunity of profiting. And as it does end up increasing and going lower, increasing and going lower, you can profit multiple times versus somebody profiting once. Don't think the ads are working. They only work for certain people. So you won't get an ad right now. You may get an ad in a little bit or something like that. What do you think of SNDL? Another cannabis position I do think is a slow grower. Nothing to where we will see those huge spikes, but just a slow grower, same thing as like Tilray and APHA. I have 200 shares of CCIV just sitting for long term. At what price? Fun dad. Can't give me an ad. I'm YouTube Premium. Well, the YouTube Premium, I don't have to play any ads. I automatically get paid from YouTube Premium. So that's good. Have a good day. You have a good day as well, Ghost Soldier. $15. So that's all right, wait. That's not bad at all. So you're obviously positive right now and you're looking for that to increase quite a bit. Like how long term are you thinking? Like over a year? Is that because it was me, 200 shares of CCIV, I would have probably taken a profit because it hasn't hit 15 in a while, right? It hasn't hit 15 since down here. So that means you had the potential chance of selling at 64. Yeah, I would have sold that, put that money into something else. The day trader rule has hampered your strategy. What do you mean? Got YouTube with no ads, so suck it. Well, if you do, then thank you for doing that. Because anybody that stops by with premium, I get paid a certain amount based on premium viewers. So I don't have to play any ads. If everybody was premium, I wouldn't have to play any ads at all. And some people just don't get them. It just doesn't happen. Thanks. I really enjoy your live stream. Yeah, no problem. What I'm here for. We have 1 minute till the market opens. Bought a bunch of ZOM yesterday, sold it at its peak, and now I have the Matthew Perry for the next couple of years free. That's awesome. It looks like AMC is taking a move down. We are now open. Let's look at what's happening here. We can see that decrease down to $10. Might end up decreasing under 10. Cost is making a move up. It looks like SOS is making a move down. Making a pretty decent move down. God, my voice is starting to go already. You can see that Romeo's making a move down. Would like to see where that is. I could probably buy not 100 shares, but I do want to sell these. Sorry for anybody that's looking to why I love hotkeys. They're pretty good. I have one share of GE that I probably want to sell as well. But let's see what I have about 1,000. So I could probably buy if if they make a move. See where the popular list is. ZOM is down to 130. Where's SOS? It's 25%. Still looking for that to increase cost. Everything is pretty much red. You can see Romeo's making a move down. I want to see where that actual low is. And then I'll end up buying probably 100 shares if I could see some movement here. But everything looks like it is decreasing quite a bit, down to $11.38. Boss, Rocket, and SOS are the only things that I see that are up right now. It looks like AMC is down to below $10. You can see that moving down some more. We do have a lot of buy volume coming in. A lot of buy volume coming in for a ton of buy volume. Are we going to see that reverse that quick? Ride is down. Mavis is down. Rocket's now down. You see AMC is making a little bit of a move back, but you know GME is also down by a little bit, but they're making a little bit of a move. 100 shares of RMO would probably be, a good $1,000. Jesus, why did it not work? Questioning myself. Should I buy 100 shares? Reversal. Here we go. I'm okay at that 1150 mark if it did get sold at 1150. All right, I'm good with that. 1149. That's not bad. I'll get it and hold. If it does go against me, it goes against me. But I only bought with 100 shares, so that's not bad. All right, so let's see. Zomedica is down to 130. Hopefully we could see that increase, make some moves there. Let's see. Everything is making a move down. I do see SOS still at 29%. Did make quite a move up to $6 there, but yeah, we're hoping that we could see some pretty decent moves. Everything looks down. Again, we could still see that reversal, but everything looks down. Back to the 5-day chart. People just taking profits, guys. Don't worry. Yeah, on certain things, people are just taking profits. We could see SOS did clear back up to that 30% up. I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. Obviously, I'm still up on SOS at $103, up on Ride as well. I want to see Ride make those moves up. That's what I want to see. You can see RMO is down 10% today. Fubo TV is down 2%. Let's see. Mavis is down 1%. Yeah, SOS is starting to really make that move, 31%. Hopefully we could see more of the same. That's what we need to see. More of the same. I seen a video yesterday talking about with Trey talking about squeezing in the after hours market. And I mean, I don't think that the squeeze can technically happen in the after hours market. We just don't, we wouldn't have the same volume that we would see. We would see a massive increase, but would we see a squeeze in the after hours market? I don't think that's necessarily true, but from what I've seen, his analysis, it was great to be able to see, what was happening. And I knew that we seen most of the pushes in the after hours market, the pre-market and the after hours market. But, where GME did end up going up to like almost $500, I believe. I think it went over $500 in the after hours market, but since it wasn't in the market open, I think it went to a high of 485 or something. Who doesn't think AMC is worth at least $25? Yeah, you're right. Everyone should think that they're worth at least $25. We could see Romeo Power's down 12%. 12%? Yeah, 12%. ZOM is down 4%, has made a little bit of an increase from that 130 mark. AMC is above $10. It's hovering around that, between, let's say, $9.50 and $10. So yeah, it's looking to fight really at that mark. Hasn't really gone that low. I think it went down to like $9.93. So cost is negative again. Rocket is slightly positive. Like I said, they're looking strong around $21 or $20 to $22. That's where they look strong as a buy-in point. Check out SOS's volume. What's SOS volume look like? 62 million. What's their average? 64. Holy crap. Holy crap. Why so much negative volume? I mean, it's got to be a lot of positive volume there, but you're seeing a ton of negative volume here that's driving that price down at the moment. If the average volume is 64 million and we are at 64 million in the first 8 minutes of it opening, it's crazy. ZOM is moving. ZOM is making a little bit of a move up. You can see it at $1.36, $1.37 or so. Ride is actually making a little bit of a move up as well. But SOS is was getting killed at the moment. But now it's starting to see that increase. We have a lot of buying power there. It's crazy. 65 million shares in the first 8 minutes of it opening. But yeah, I would say that SOS is not a bad time to actually buy now. I mean, mine is at 550. I don't think it's bad. So I'm only, 10 or 17 cents up, which is $49 total. They're pumping it on Reddit, are they? Well, then why are we seeing so much negative volume to it? If they're pumping it so much, why are we seeing so much negative volume? You warned me that SOS is a pump and dump. That was a $1 move. It was a $1 move. That was not a pump. The pump is supposed to be what was happening now, but we're seeing a lot of negative volume go with it. This is only what's the name? What, a dollar move? $2 or so. That's nothing. But we're seeing a lot of volume go through. Is that all short volume? I want to see, towards the end of the day, it's shorted 50%. It's a short battle. Why is it going sideways? You're feeling over Stockwitz about dumping AMC for SOS. Really? About dumping AMC for SOS. That would absolutely suck. SOS is a distraction to divert people from AMC. I guess, but I've been in SOS not with the thought that they were going to pump it at all. I was in SOS just with the thought that it had the full capability of coming back to $8 ish. Because this was not a pump by retail traders. Like it couldn't have been that huge pump by retail traders. That's the after hours market. Typically, you see a lot of institutions and hedge funds do a lot of their activity there. There's a class action against them as well. Yeah, but sometimes those don't even matter. Class action. Well, that's interesting. Let's see, what is Zom doing? I need Zom to make some moves. It's up to $1.40. We see 7 million shares worth of volume. Average volume is around 156 million shares. So where we're standing is not where we want to be for volume. Rocket's making a little bit of a move as well. I'm happy about that because I want to see them, gain something, at least get back to break even or, skyrocket higher. That would be amazing. Ride is making a pretty decent move. I'm up $100 on Ride. That's good. I don't know why I still have GE, but whatever. We'll see how that plays out. Fubo TV is not making a move. There's a lot of things that aren't making moves, and you can see AMC down 2% is pretty bad. Down 1.5% for AMC, or sorry, GME is down 1.5%. AMC is down 2%. Cost is down 1.7% basically. Yes, cost is over 140, making that move up. That's what we need. Or sorry, not cost. Zomatica. Blending things together. Does it make sense to set a stop loss on Zom directly about my cost basis to buy in again lower when it dips? This is the thing, you never really know where it's going to dip. Is yours at a point to where it did dip pretty low multiple times? Because if it did, then yes, that makes sense to stop it out so that you don't lose any more money and that you can get in lower without averaging down or so. So yes, that's a good idea. I always like to set my stop losses at that point, right? But only if I do believe that it's going to come back down, if that low point is there. So like for Rocket, I know if I get to my break-even point, that would be a point to where it's going to be considered high compared to where the previous lows were. So yes, that's where I would end up making that move at the cost basis, knowing that it will pull back down to $22, so that when it does make that move up to $23, $24, I will be able to gain $600 out of it or so. So yes, it's not a bad idea. You better get in DraftKings. It's going to be 70 next week. I used to talk about DraftKings. That was one of my swing trades until the overall market just decided to take a dump. You can show the trailing stop option on Webull. If you go to settings and you go here, you can actually set up the trailing stops here. So you could set it up by dollar, actually go down and change that by percentage. So you can set it by dollar or set it by percentage if you want to do a trailing stop. It's very simple. Hopefully, oh wait, my face is blocking it. Bring it over here then. There we go. So here we go. I got it set up here. So if you go to sell and you go to the order type, you can go to trailing stop, set it up by a price, or you can do by a percentage. If you click this little icon, you can set it up by price or percentage, or you can do the quantity as well by percentage if you wanted to. So yeah, it's very, very simple. Very simple to do, but I'm gonna bring this back over here. So it's good that we are seeing ZOM positive. That's good. They're popular right now. AMC, we have Rocket that's up 1.5%. SOS is still up 21%, but it's making it move. It's moved back down. I don't want to see this. You know, obviously, I want to see it grow. But if it's going to be something that does, you know, increase based on a pump, then that's not something I really care about. I'm looking for more of a normal jump in the stock price, not just being pumped by Reddit users, because this doesn't seem like something that's pumped. It only moved $2, you know, as a whole, or I guess $1 as of now, but it only moved to a high of about $2. So cold. Ride is up 1.6%. For some reason, I see that as $1. Been negative on AMC for a few weeks now. When will it go up? It's tough to say. I mean, we still have the full potential. We just need the volume. We're not seeing the volume. Right now, our volume is at 4.9 million. Our average volume is 173 million. So we're not seeing the volume to push this up. Eventually, we will see that large kick. And then once we see that, it's going to start to make it to move up. But it's so unpredictable to know exactly when it's going to go, where it's going to go. All we can do is say what our profit target is based on where we believe it will go. So, yeah, it's been negative for a while. It's been actually making its move down from that $14 mark. It made its move down, and people can be very negative, but they're going to come back to it. You know, especially some of the people that were probably like, oh, you know what, I don't really care about, you know, this position anymore. They're going to come back to it once they see it start to rise, really. ZOM is making its move down, so down to 136, which sucks because it got up to 142. But we still have the rest of the day to really worry about what's going to happen with Zomedica, but it seems like a lot of different positions are actually decreasing quite a bit. Looks like Romeo Power is making a little bit of a move up. What are we seeing? 8.3 million shares. The average volume is 9 million shares. So we're seeing some movement here. Some people that sold off, people that are looking to buy in for more of a long-term hold or a longer-term hold. Ride is up 3%. That's good. I'm happy with that. PLTR is up 0.5%. From where it closed, it did decrease, I guess, quite a bit. SOS is now up 24%, so it's making a little bit of a move up. But still upset with Zomedica. It's not making its move that we hoped for it to make, but it could be positive by the end of the day. My voice cracked. Need some water. You have to learn to spend money on heating as well as investments. No, it's not that. I can turn on anything. It's just going to mess with the mic. It's going to be too loud. I don't want that, because then you can't hear me. Everybody needs to hear me. So yeah, it looks like a lot of things. Let's look at the top gainers. What are the top gainers for right now? Top gainers are 37%. You see SOS is up there at 30%. Astro Tech, I don't know what that is, but that did make quite a move up in the pre-market, and it's now starting to see that decrease. Are you going to see that continue, or was that just a? It doesn't look like just a pump. It looks like something that was actually moving pretty nicely. And that's over 5 minutes, so it looks like something that's moving pretty nicely. This, on the other hand, looks like it really made it to move. Right, from $11 up to $74. You're gonna make a decent amount of money from that. Those don't come often. I just grabbed 50 shares of SOS at 540. Yeah, I think that's not bad. I think that's not bad at all. 50 shares, yeah, that's not bad at all. You can make a pretty good amount of money. I'm only looking for it to go to 750, and that's a low point, I guess. What a lot of people would tell you. So we'll see. AMC still the most held stock? If so, that explains the volume shortage. I don't know if it's still the most held stock. I know it was the most held stock on Robinhood, but I can't really tell you. Let me look that up. Most. That's February 8th. Yeah, that's February 8th. That was the most held stock. Most active stock is GM, General Motors. AMC. So the most active stock right now is SOS. I'll save this page. I like this page. Save it. Come on. Edit. Yeah, so let's see this. What's everything doing? So Ride is up. Fubo TV is making a little bit of a move. Azam is back up close to 140, but this is what I'm looking at. So the most active stock right now is SOS. Then you do have RMO, Romeo Power. You do have AMC on the list as well. AT&T is always active just because dividends. But yeah, those are the most active stocks right now. I don't know what that tells you, but the most active. Romeo is moving. Romeo is moving. I'm up $75 on Romeo at the moment. Romeo did make quite a bit of move now. Like I said, Ride is making a move. You're seeing MVIS turn the corner. So I'm up on quite a bit of positions here. Ride is up $111. AMC is up $149. Romeo's up $62. I need to get rid of GE. I mean, GE makes moves. Actually, let me see what GE does. GE makes some moves, but just not big enough moves. I don't know. let's see. Rocket's up 1%. SOS is up 24%. It keeps fluctuating, and now MVIS is making a little bit of a move right now. Opened up at $14.90. It's currently at $15.46, almost up 1%. Ride is up 2.5%. Fubo TV is up almost 2%. I want to see them make a move up to 30. I'll probably end up selling before that. But yeah, make a move up to 30 for Fubo TV. That'll be a decent gain. Yeah, so looks like Microvision's really making a move. Really making a move. We're not seeing anything with AMC or GME. They're not doing anything. Pretty much trading, really flat. I want to keep an eye out on cost, because cost does those moves to where all of a sudden it'll increase quite a bit out of nowhere. And I want to see that. If it gets up to like $27 or $26, I'm selling that position so that I can put that money elsewhere, be able to gain something out of it. But these swing trades should be a lot more in value. I should be gaining at least $500 from some of these swing trades. Yeah, I'm up on RMO, yes. Mavis is booking. And Mavis is making some moves. Just arrived. What's going on with AMC? Not much. Pretty much the same. It's flattening out. It decreases a little bit, flattens out at like that $10 mark. And that's what's happening there. Did you ever invest in Dogecoin? Yes, I have 46 shares of Dogecoin. Gonna move. Be able to see from Earth. So would you sell RMO now to get a quick 100 buck gain? Well, I don't have any day trades left, so I can't. Since I bought it, I think now that I am up, I probably am over 25,000. No, I'm not. So I don't have any day trades left, so I can't let it go because I bought it today. So I have to wait. So I'm probably going to have to wait this out. This is going to have to be something that I hold for a little bit. Let's go cost. What's cost doing? Is cost making a move? It's not making anything. Not doing anything. Yeah, typically I would be cool with gaining $100 easily, and I would get out of there and wait for a little bit of a dip. But I'm gonna hold on to this because it's a swing trade, because I don't have any day trades left. But I do see the potential in continuing to increase as well. So this might end up getting to $14 or $15 to where I might end up selling it either way, which would suck because I don't know what would happen. I never dealt with that. So Ride right now is at $12.58, which gives me $143 worth of a gain. I want this to be a larger gain. I'm looking for that to push up to $18, $21, $25 or so. And that's basically over the next month to gain about $2,000 worth of gain there. So MVIS is making a move up 4%. SOS is still, around that 21% mark. Has 94 million shares worth of volume. Is this being heavily shorted? Because it does not make sense why we are fighting this much. If it's retail traders seeing that the price is going down, they won't end up buying into it to drive this price up. But this could be heavily shorted at the moment. You could be seeing a ton of short volume in this position. When does Fintel update like the latest like mark date for the short volume ratio? The short volume ratio is 8%. I would imagine it's going to be a lot higher today because of the amount of the amount that this is actually being shorted there. How much money do I have in the account? $147. All right. So I'm going to keep an eye on all this stuff, looking for cost to make a big move, looking for a lot of things to make pretty big moves today. But yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on all this today, and hopefully I can give some sort of an update later today. But yeah, that's my video, guys. That's my stream. I have to get back to work. You know, it's month end close. A lot of things have to get done. I think today is day 5, so things have to get done. You reach 25K, how long will you have to wait for your next day trade? Just got into me over 25K. If you buy it over 25K, that's where you're able to trade it. You're able to day trade it. You don't have to wait any longer. So once you buy it if you buy it when your account is over 25K, you're fine. But if you buy it before it, then that's considered, you know, still in that that move to where you can't do that. And that's what I'm thinking. I haven't ever done it. I've never been to a point to where I've day traded something and was over the 3 trade limit. Never had that. I've never done it. Did you sell RMO? No, I didn't. I can't sell it because I'm over my day trade limit. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Thank you everybody for stopping by. If you guys want to join the Discord group, the link is pinned to the chat. It's also in the description of the video if you are interested in that. And if you want to follow my MP Shorts channel, which I do a lot of updates on a lot of these positions over there. Very quick updates, 60 seconds long, so you don't have to wait that long. So yeah, go ahead and do that. Also, I don't know if I said it, but hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Hopefully we have some good things that happen with everything.